Hello everyone, this is Eddie Reyes with Jurax Bar Prep, and I want you to get excited. Why should you get excited? Because you are gonna take the California bar exam and you're gonna kill it. And I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you get there. And that is something wonderful. That is quite an accomplishment to be able to sit for the bar exam. And we are gonna do it together. Now, this is the second video of a 3-part series. In the first video, if you have not seen it, we talked about how important it is to discuss the facts. I do want you to watch that video. And today we're going to talk about material and immaterial facts. And we are going to use the word discrimination, because if you don't discriminate between the two, then it's not going to be a pretty sight. But don't worry, we will get there. Now, I do want to talk about some other things here before we talk about that, about the material and immaterial facts. So we're going to talk about the word Esquire, okay? Because I want you guys to feel, right, how good it's going to feel when you see your name and at the end, right, it has a comma and then it says Esquire. Now, when I first saw that, I was making a video. It wasn't even on paper. And I wrote down my name, and I wrote down Esquire. I guess people don't really talk about that, huh? Like the word Esquire. But to me, it felt good. It felt great. I was like, wow, like you're right. It says Esquire, and it's quite an accomplishment. And when even, for example, as an attorney, when you submit a motion to the court, it is standard practice for you to write your name, right? And you write comma ESQ, then your state bar number. So I want you to think positive, and that's why I am mentioning that. There are rewards. There are financial rewards. Okay, so these little things that people usually don't focus on when they are taking the exam, and that's why I'm saying get excited. Okay, and today we're also going to talk about my past. Let's see now. I grew up in South Central Los Angeles. I grew up in South Central Los Angeles when it was predominantly African American. All right, and there were times when I was the only Latino kid. Everyone else was black, and there were some white people there too. Right, so it was a very low income community. And not only that, check this out. Okay. When I was growing up, we had the cocaine, the crack. It was crack. It was a crack epidemic. But not only that, like I grew up literally in the capital of the crack epidemic in South Los Angeles. Like, I mean, it was a rough environment. I mean, what I remember most are the noises or the voices of people crying. I mean, that stays with you. And I don't want to get too much into the details of that, but yeah, it was rough, and you know, I could hear that. But again, I don't want to focus on the negative. The reason why I'm telling you this is because if I can sit for the bar exam and pass, so can you. Why? Because I did not have like an excellent schooling. I was listening to someone speak. I don't know where it was, but they were saying that people in low-income communities, like for them to go to university, a lot of them have to go to the Marines first. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute, that's me. Now, after high school, I did not go straight to college. I did not even take the SATs. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, my brother who's a year older, he joined the Marine Corps. So and when I was in my senior year last year, I was like, hey, you know, I guess I'm set. I guess I'll join. But I didn't study for the SATs. I was on a course to go to a 4-year university, right? So again, right, if there should be no excuse as to why you can't pass. And I think one reason why a lot of people do not pass is because they don't receive the proper instruction on how to pass. But again, do not worry, I got you covered. Now, We're going to talk about again some of the benefits there, because I do want you to focus on the benefits. And again, your income is going to improve. It's going to reach a new tax bracket. That's going to happen. You're going to get a chance to travel. In other words, you're not going to be like many people are, like how I was when I was preparing for the bar exam. I was just worried about where the money's going to come from. So for a lot of people, they call that living paycheck to paycheck. People lose sleep over that. They become depressed. When you pass the exam and you get a job or you go solo, those are things you do not worry about. You sleep very comfortable. Why? Because, right, you have your education, you have your license, and you're just ready to focus on work and on you as an individual. So I want you to focus on that, okay? For me, I get a chance to travel. I love traveling, and I'll be honest, I stay at very nice homes, locations. I remember I was doing a webinar. One of the members there, he was like, "Hey, do you live in the palace?" Like, I was like, "Wow." I guess sometimes these places can look like palaces, but the point is, again, you'll get there. You gotta put in your work, and you will get there. Now, let's talk about discriminating between the material and immaterial facts. If you do not, let's talk about that. Let's look at the instructions again. I'm gonna read that. It says, tell the difference between the material and the immaterial facts. So what does that mean? It means that you have to discriminate. That's what it means. And that's the word I used earlier. But what does that mean? It means that you have to focus a little bit more on certain facts, and you give less attention to other facts. And if you do not do that, and then several things are going to happen. Let's go through them, some of them. You are going to run out of time because you can't treat all, there's just no time. You are not going to write a coherent paper that is focused. You probably will not be responsive. Have I seen these type of responses as a bar tutor? The answer is yes. Fortunately, I can recognize them, and I have tips, I have strategies to help the person write a coherent paper that focuses on distinguishing between material facts and immaterial facts. And I have other tools and other strategies, and we are going to talk about that in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you all the best. Until soon.